Ladies and gentlemen, football fans across the globe, stop what you're doing because we have breaking, absolutely earth-shattering news coming out of the NFL. This isn't just a minor roster tweak or a mid-season adjustment, this is monumental. The kind of move that makes waves not just in Dallas, not just in the NFC, but across the entire National Football League. Just minutes ago, the Dallas Cowboys, America's team, one of the most iconic franchises in professional sports, have pulled off a blockbuster deal. A move that could define their 2025 season and potentially reshape their postseason aspirations. David Onyemata, yes, the same David Onyemata who's been an absolute wrecking ball on the defensive line, has officially been traded to the Dallas Cowboys, and let me tell you, this is not just another transaction. This is a calculated, aggressive move by Jerry Jones and the Cowboys front office, a message to the entire league that the Cowboys are not here to play games this season. They're going all in. They're eyeing nothing less than the Super Bowl, and acquiring a player of Onyemata's caliber is proof of that ambition. For those of you who may not be familiar with the magnitude of this man, let me paint the picture. David Onyemata is not your average defensive lineman. He's a beast molded by raw power, incredible athleticism, and an unrelenting motor. Standing at 6'4", weighing in at over 300 pounds, he's the kind of player that offensive lines dread seeing across the line of scrimmage. Born in Lagos, Nigeria, and having developed his football game in Canada of all places, yes, Canada. At the University of Manitoba, Onyemata has had one of the most unlikely journeys to NFL stardom. But once he got to the league, he made it very clear that he belonged among the best. Drafted by the New Orleans Saints in the 4th round of the 2016 NFL Draft, many thought he would be a depth piece at best. But he quickly proved his doubters wrong. Season after season, Onyemata carved out a role as a dominant interior lineman, blowing up plays, pressuring quarterbacks, collapsing pockets, and making life miserable for running backs and offensive coordinators. After 6 seasons in New Orleans, where he became a foundational piece of their defense, Onyemata took his talents to the Atlanta Falcons, where he continued to perform at a high level and elevate the defense around him. And now, as of today, he's headed to Dallas, to the biggest stage in football, under the brightest lights imaginable. Now let's talk about what this means for the Dallas Cowboys. First off, it means that their defensive line just got a whole lot nastier. You already have Micah Parsons, one of the most electrifying pass rushers in the game today, young, hungry, and playing like a man possessed. Pairing him with someone like Onyemata in the trenches? That's a nightmare for opposing quarterbacks. And let's not forget about DeMarcus Lawrence, Osa Odighizuwa, and Sam Williams, who have all been holding it down on the front line. Now imagine throwing Onyemata into that mix. We're talking about a defense that can dominate games, dictate tempo, and win battles in the trenches every single down. This gives defensive coordinator Mike Zimmer, who returned to Dallas to bring a tougher, smarter, more aggressive approach to the defense, another elite weapon to unleash on Sundays. It's like handing a chef a brand new set of top-of-the-line knives. You know the results are going to be dangerous. This move isn't just about stats either, it's about leadership, toughness, and playoff experience. Onyemata brings a veteran presence, a calming but imposing force in the locker room and on the field. He knows what it takes to play at a high level week in and week out. He's played in big games, made clutch plays, and delivered when it mattered most. That kind of poise, that kind of tenacity, it's contagious. It elevates everyone around him. And let's be real, the Cowboys' Achilles heel in recent years hasn't been talent. They've had plenty of that. It's been consistency. It's been mental toughness in big moments. It's been the ability to win in the trenches against top-tier playoff teams. And now, with Onyemata on board, that narrative may be about to change. From a strategic standpoint, this trade also gives the Cowboys greater flexibility on defense. Onyemata isn't just a plug-and-play run stuffer. He's versatile. He can play in multiple fronts. He can line up as a nose tackle in a 3-4, or a 3 technique in a 4-3. He can handle double teams, rush from the interior, and even collapse the edge when needed. He disrupts rhythm. He forces offenses to account for him, opening up opportunities for others to make plays. So, if you're an opposing offensive coordinator, you've now got a serious problem. Do you double Micah Parsons and leave Onyemata one-on-one? Do you focus on stopping the run and risk Dak Prescott getting more chances to control the tempo? It's a chess game, and right now, the Cowboys just added a queen to the board. Let's also talk about how this move is being received across the league and by the fans. Social media is absolutely on fire right now. Cowboys Nation is buzzing Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, you name it. Fans are celebrating this move like they just won the lottery, and honestly, you can't blame them. It's rare that a defensive acquisition gets this much attention, but this one's different. It's not every day that a top-tier defensive tackle gets dropped into an already strong defense that's built to win now. Analysts are calling this one of the smartest and boldest moves of the offseason. Some are even comparing it to when the Rams brought in Von Miller during their Super Bowl run. That's the level of impact people are expecting from Onyemata. And for the Falcons, it's a tough pill to swallow. Onyemata was a key piece of their front seven, and losing him creates a massive gap they'll need to fill. But for Dallas, this is all upside. This is acceleration. This is momentum. Let's not forget the timing here either. This move doesn't come in the offseason when teams are still figuring things out. It doesn't come in training camp where everyone's still getting in shape. This is June. This is the thick of team building. OTAs are underway. Playbooks are getting installed. Chemistry is being built. And this is when Dallas chose to strike. This is a front office that's done waiting. They're not interested in another pretty good 10-7 season. They want dominance. They want rings. And they want it now. With the NFC wide open, and with teams like the Eagles, 49ers, and Lions all vying for control, the Cowboys are making their case loud and clear. They're not just participants, they're contenders. And with David Onyemata in their arsenal, they're just that much scarier. Now zooming out for a second, think about the storylines this trade creates. Think about Week 10 when the Cowboys face the Eagles. Picture the face-off, Jalen Hurts behind center, Micah Parsons screaming off the edge, and Onyemata breaking through the middle like a freight train. That's box office football. That's primetime drama. And don't even get me started on the playoffs. Imagine a scenario where the Cowboys have to go on the road to San Francisco or host the Packers at home. Those are the moments when big-time players show up. That's when guys like David Onyemata prove why they're worth every penny and every draft pick. Speaking of picks, yes, the Cowboys gave up a significant haul in this trade. Rumors suggest it involved at least one early-round pick and potentially a rotational player or two. But let's be honest, draft picks are gambles. You hope you land a star. With Onyemata, you're getting a proven commodity. You know what you're getting: production, leadership, experience. In today's NFL, windows don't stay open forever. You have to seize the moment. And that's exactly what Dallas is doing. So what happens next? Training camp is just around the corner. Preseason will be here before we know it. And all eyes will be on Frisco, Texas, where Onyemata will be donning the star for the first time. Expect his integration into the system to be fast. Expect the hype to be real. Expect the media to descend on the Cowboys facility like sharks in water. Because this isn't just another day in the NFL. This is a statement day. This is the kind of move that can redefine a season, shift power dynamics, and ignite a fanbase. It's the kind of move that reminds us why we love this sport, because at any moment, the game can change. The narrative can flip. The underdog can rise. The contender can become the favorite. And now, with David Onyemata wearing silver and blue, the Dallas Cowboys just became a whole lot more dangerous. So buckle up, folks. The 2025 NFL season just got a massive jolt of electricity. And if you're a Cowboys fan, it's time to dream big. Because this team is coming for everything. Super Bowl or bust.